We continue talking numbers onto the Money Watch now. Do you know how much you are really worth and how you compare to others in your very own age group? Calculating your net worth will help you answer these questions. Now, this graph was released this last week by The Motley Fool. It uses information from the 2011 census to break down household net worth by age. It shows folks 35 and younger have a net worth of about $7,000 on average, jumps to $35,000 for those between the ages of 35 and 44, and nearly $85,000 for the age group between 45 and 54, and net worth jumps to $1.7 million for those 65 and older. Certified Financial Planner Joe Bert joins us now to talk more about it. Joe, nice to see you again.
Good to be here.
So let's talk net worth. I think a lot of people think, how do we calculate it? And first off, what is it?
First thing we don't want to do is confuse net worth with self-worth. You know, some people think my self-worth is really what my net worth is, okay? Your net worth is nothing more than taking everything that you own. So let's talk about your car, let's talk about your home, let's talk about your personal belongings, your savings, your investments, your 401k, everything that you own on one side minus what you owe, and this is your mortgage balance, credit card debt, student loans, all that other stuff. So you take that and you subtract it from that, and what's left is what's called your net worth.
Your net worth.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about a few more things here. What reduces your net worth? I'm assuming it's in the one column.
Well, it works. Actually, it works both ways.
Really?
Or reducing your net worth is if you increase your liabilities or reduce your assets. So you can reduce your assets by spending your cash, spending money. So you're reducing your assets. The other way you reduce your net worth is increasing your liabilities. So you go buy the stuff, you buy the big screen TV for $2,000, you put it on the credit card. Tomorrow it's worth $1,000, but you still owe $2,000. So that really reduces your net worth.
And same with the car too, I would imagine, if you're financing a car,
the minute you drive it off the lot, the minute you're reducing your net worth, right?
So when you look at these numbers, I think a lot of people get into that point where they start to panic. They think, I don't have enough. How am I going to catch up? How do you match these numbers, and are these good numbers on average?
Well,
realistic numbers,
we're talking about averages. And if you look at the older ages, the reason that the older folks have the high net worth is because a big part of that is their home equity.
Exactly.
They've owned a home for 30 or 40 years. They've been forced, and this is the one thing about home ownership that people don't realize. When you have that mortgage payment, it's a forced savings. Now, certainly if you overpaid for the home, like a lot of folks did back in, 8-9 years ago, and you're underwater, that's a whole different story. But if you look at people that bought their homes back in the 70s and 80s and continuously made those mortgage payments, the value of the home went up, their equity went up because they had less debt, and that's why their net worth. But the downside to that is, Andrea, you can't go to the kitchen sink, turn on the faucet, and get cash flow from that net worth.
This is true, and I've tried that. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work, and that's why that's why people do what are called reverse mortgages today to get your cash out. But that's why the older folks have the higher net worth.
Okay, so really think twice about investing in that home real estate. Thank you, Joe.
Okay,
great advice.
Good to see you.
All right.